Okay, we're standing here staring at the base of this traffic light because hubby's seen a mouse try to get across the road here. A car moved, so it came back here. So I came down here to make sure that it didn't go out onto the road. He thinks it may have climbed up inside the pole, which I'm hoping. And I just bought some coconut cluster things with oatmeal in it at Costco. So he said, throw in one of your coconut things. And it's like, well, you have them. So I split it up a bit. I put some right outside. What's that brown thing? For it to sniff. And then there's 2 pieces I threw into the grass. But I don't want to leave here because I don't want it coming out and going onto the road. This poor little field mouse, it nearly gave me a heart attack. But what can you do, right? Not much. But that's how that's going. It's getting really tall. Do I have this on? Oh, just a little. It's a nice day here. Okay, someone was standing. I don't know if you've seen the person, but someone was standing there. So I moved away. But I'm still watching. Oh. It was a nice relaxing trip to Costco. But I don't know if it's all the energies around there, but coming home, I just found myself irritated. And I'm like, well, why am I irritated? I think it's just the energy of everybody that's around you while you're going through the mall. Ugh. But, hubby and I went for dinner here last night. Well, in behind this building. It's a place called Rockin' Johnny's. We hadn't been there in, well, quite a few years. I'll be putting some pictures up of a couple of the things inside. I had a hankering for grilled cheese and fries with gravy. I haven't had that in so long. And he had the classic hamburger. But when we got home, unfortunately, he realized that they had put some kind of spice or salt on, seasoned salt on the burger, and he can't have that. So, to the bathroom he went. But it was just nice getting out and actually sitting inside, having something, inside a restaurant, having something to eat instead of having it delivered to us and sitting on the sofa. And I bought a skull. I'll put a picture of that in here as well. It was nice evening. I enjoyed it. Well, I shall talk to you guys later. I likely have a small haul, and I'll have more of the story. Hi guys, Which 110 here. How are you? I do have that small haul to show you. Now, I gotta get these out. Hubby uses these for our cotton candy orders. So we got few of the large, and then the small. I believe, what did they say? The small are 4 for $1, and the large are 3 for $1. I think that's what it was. I think. I don't know where to put these. There. They're out of the way. Okay. They did have some Halloween stuff out. I was so happy. Not all of it, but I did see through the back you can see some Halloween stuff. So I got, now these I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use in the frames. They glow in the dark. That's the first one I got, $1.25. And then the other one is this one here. So I figured they'd be kind of cool in the frames. We'll see. And then they had these dimensional, they say wall stickers. The skulls, $1.25. There you go. And then they had the pumpkins, different sizes. I thought something with these might look good in one of the frames as well. And then I also found this, 24 pieces, $1.25. Looks like there's a few different spooky houses in here. Some of them I was thinking like these picture frames, I could use them in, or even if I decide to do some of the plaques. I did not look for plaques. I was actually hoping to find some Halloween bottles that I could put some of my my rose petals or the waters or the oils that I've made, but they didn't have those out yet. And these are $2. Really nice bat shape, I thought. This would be cool to do the sconces like I did with the cats. Instead, use the bats for that. I didn't see these last year. And of course, I couldn't resist. I had to get the kitties again. I absolutely love, love, love. And then you have the ribbon that you can use for something else. So got those. And they had this, but they also had it. Yeah, both of these were $2 for the felt. And you get 5 pieces. 5 pieces in this one too? Yep. I was so happy to see that. They also had pumpkin, an orange pumpkin, and a purple spider. But I seen these. Now they had the skull and crossbones, and they also had the pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern face. Oh, that came off beautifully. Now, of course, I'm there and I'm trying to turn them on. And I'm like, this isn't working, but I have to pull that out. And then you can see. Oh, let me turn the light off. That kind of helps. You can see. I'm glad it does. I thought it would do the different colors, but I'm glad it didn't. And this was $3.50. I really, really like this. So for sure, this is staying with me. And they had the little, oh my eye, the sun guys. What do they call these? Solar figurines. Now I have the one like this with the ghost. I bought it at a different dollar store years ago. I thought that's cute. I can take this out of here. There we go. See? Isn't he cute? Upside down bat smiling. I was going to leave it, but then I thought, no. This one and the other one I got, which is the witch. I have to look back on the video where I'm reading my story. Someone had asked for the witch, and this guy were the only two they had out. So I grabbed them. So once I find out who it is, I will be sending this off to you. And I need a mascara. Pretty boring for that, eh? But that's it. So I am hoping that they will have the rest of the stuff out. They did have some capes and some other crafts for kids. They had the small wooden pieces. I still have them that I used last year. And what else did they have? They had wooden, like the plaques, but it was a shape of a ghost, a pumpkin, and what was the other one? Probably and a bat. But I didn't get any of those. I might. I'm not sure. But I was glad to get what I have, especially the cats. I love those. And the bats will be really cool. And it's a very stiff, I don't know if you can see, very stiff felt. Holds up extremely well. I like that. This I'm curious to see. Let's see how many. Okay, so there's this house. And then there's this house. And then there's this one. So 3 different ones. You have the little holes for the windows. You could maybe cut out small scary photos from a flyer or something from the internet. Just ask it to look for a certain image for you and then print it out. But I'm really pleased. This looks really cool. This is, yeah. I would use one of these with wording above it. See, they show it on the wall. I don't know about that. So definitely one of these with wording will be put in one of these frames. Let's see. Oh, just trying to gauge. Might have to be a smaller one. But definitely that will be a craft that I will be doing. So I thought I would hop on, show you that at least our Canadian Dollarama is now putting out its Halloween. This is early for them. They usually do not have it out this early. So I'm extremely thankful for that. And when they get the rest of their stuff, and if I purchase it, I will be purchasing. When I purchase things, I will be giving you a haul for that stuff too. So as I said, I'm going to double check and see who it is that was asking about the witch. And I don't know if it'll be sent out this week. Possibly. I don't know. But we'll see. Okay. So there you go. The small haul for Halloween. The beginning of it all. Next up will be the story. The continuation. Everyone declared they were ready for spring. But with spring came the showers that could swiftly turn into a storm. With the change of season fast approaching, Lucas visited last year's experience. They had heard, they are here, and look into the trees. Neither message would appear significant in a normal setting, but words coming in through a storm were not normal at all. Avery felt more anxious than she ever had at this point in her life. Since hearing the phrases, she had been watching the trees, even though she had no idea what to look for. "Avery," he softly said. "Yes, I'm already thinking. I can't help it." Lucas understood. He was in the same mindset. At work, John didn't need to say a word. Lucas knew. "Just a matter of time, bud. I'm on edge," Jim informed him. "We've both been watching the weather. I don't like it," Lucas explained. "Hopefully, we'll have an answer this time." The day dragged along unmercifully. Every day until a storm will seem like forever. To Lucas, it was a ticking time bomb. Avery spent each day staring out at the sky through the living room window. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else to her but the space above her house. It was a Sunday when the small clouds appeared. They mutated into quirky shapes. The lava gray clouds transformed slowly to charcoal. Was it possible the first storm of the new year was here? In a panic, she shouted up to Lucas in the bathroom. He peered out the window. Clouds were indeed gathering. Lucas took a second to call John. "I seen them coming in from the west in my backyard," he informed Lucas. "Should I come over to your place? If we get a different sentence, we can work on it right away." In truth, John didn't want to be on his own if he heard something. "That's a good idea. Make your way over and park in the garage." Lucas watched the dark clouds swirl. The last they needed was a tornado. The temperature appeared to rise and fall like children on a seesaw. "It's here, isn't it?" Avery asked. "I want answers this time, not more meaningless words." "I agree. John's on his way over. I don't think he wanted to be alone. I don't blame him." John pulled his car into the garage as instructed. He made his way into the kitchen from the connecting door. The window was open, as it had been before. The wind picked up. Rain began to pelt the buds on the trees. The gusts violently collided with the ground. The gusts violently collided with the ground below. The voice came through the thunder, loud and clear. "They are here. Look within the trees. They will fly tonight." Then a pause while lightning shot across the black onyx sky. The next clap of thunder, it continued. "Look up and you'll see them." All three looked up to the trees. On the following bolt of lightning, the branches appeared to move. "The lightning doesn't last long enough," Avery complained. "We need more light." Lucas ran to the basement and returned with his large camping flashlight. John trained it on the closest maple tree. The branches were indeed alive. The movement was so minimal to start. It looked like cicada insects were moving on the bark. It wasn't bugs at all. The shadows were born out of the tree. They grew quickly to the size of a female human. The most alarming sight, tiny wings unfurled at their shoulders. What were these creatures? Why were they here? Oh my God, John exclaimed in terror. Where did they come from? Outer space? They aren't moving from the trees, so that's a good thing, Lucas added. But what happens when they do come down? Avery asked. I don't want to think about it, John said, his voice shaky. Though I must say, there is something alluring about their organic shape. John's eyes were glazed over. His voice altered. He spoke in monotones. John! Lucas jolted him back to his senses. What are you doing? Get with it, man. That is scary. John's face was pale. They're just swaying with the leaves, Lucas noted. I wonder if they're just here, he expressed, thinking further than the front yard. There's only one way for us to find out. Lucas regarded them both. Do you really think that's advisable? John questioned his suggestion. Do we just sit here and wait for something to happen? But we don't want to cause anything either, Avery said. The three sat staring at each other. What should they do? They had no inkling as to what the creatures were, what did, or worst of all, what did they feed upon? Was it human flesh, like cannibals? John hadn't uttered another word, though his thought was forming. We have to go. It's the only way to be sure of their numbers, to know how far they reach. The men strive to have Avery see sense in this harebrained idea. She felt helpless and outnumbered. There was no other choice. She wouldn't feel comfortable on her own in the house. Regretfully, she acknowledged her place in the scheme of things. What if we're the only ones who see them? I come back to what do we say to people? Warn them. You realize this will be like any other case we've seen on TV or read about in a book. Avery, we need to take that chance, Lucas pointed out. Leaving through the connecting door to the garage, they slid onto the black leather seats. The door once again hummed to life. Leisurely, it made its way up into the ceiling. John and Lucas sat up front. Avery covered the rear. Cautiously, Lucas backed out, then pushed the button once more. Nothing had gotten in the garage. We will leave it there for this evening. I hope you enjoyed that little section of the story. I will be working on it. I'm reading it to you as I'm writing it. And when I come to a part like tonight, that would be the last sentence that I wrote. It would be yesterday. So I hope you enjoy the video from today. You've seen a little bit of outside with us waiting for the bus, about the mouse. You heard a little bit about Friday evening, and you've seen the haul, and now you've had a little bit of the story. The idea has come into my head. It did this afternoon, so I know where the story is going now, and I am really looking forward to formulating it to get to that point. So I hope you all have had a great Saturday. And to those of us up here in Ontario, I hope you're enjoying your long weekend. You've gotten out to your cottage or camping or spending time with family. That's always important. Hubby and I, as you see, we were busy today. We both had naps this afternoon. Don't know what our plans for tomorrow are. Maybe going to pick up a couple of things at the grocery store, though. So, I would like to, as always, thank my YouTube family for coming by. Always appreciate all of you. Anybody new that's passing through, please feel free to check out any of my other videos. There might be something there that interests you more. And if there is, please give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Share any of my videos out if you feel someone would be interested in watching them. It's always greatly appreciated. While you're here, consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, remember to click that notification bell so that you'll know the next time that I upload. And until that time, as always, ciao for now.